But it wasn't that Dale and I didn't get along. There were so many things written about we were argued, we were fussing, we were fighting. That was to the contrary.
Back at Citrus County Speedway, Inverness, Florida, U.S. Legends Winter Nationals for INEX Series. And we've got the Bandolero Outlaw Division on track. We will hold off on the lineup. Some of the drivers that are featured: Lincoln Johnson from Wisconsin, Killian McMahon, Carter Erickson, Jaden Johnson, T.J. Moon from North Carolina, Wyatt Denton, Allison Johnson, Ben Morabito, Sarah Witzel, Aiden Christensen, Bryson Brinkley, DJ Krantz, Colin O'Connor, Owen Zacharias, Emma Britt, Atlee Weiss, Cohen Heinz, and Daniel Vandenberg.
And on the front row is Jaden Johnson and Aiden Christensen. Green flag flies. The Outlaws are underway for 20 laps, and Zacharias sideways in the middle of the field, and we are staying green.
Wow. Zacharias doing a really good job there. Look at the 8 on the bottom of the racetrack. That's Jaden Johnson from Wisconsin. Nice white car there. The 24. Is that Brinkley?
That's Christensen in the 24, looking to the inside. They also have a legend car here this week, Lenny, but they're going to focus on the Bandolero at the start of this week. Johnson gets that run at a turn number 4. Going to take the lead back, but Christensen continues to work on the back bumper, and in behind we got, yellow was on the speedway.
Yellow.
And I believe,
I think that's Emma Britt in the 38. They're in third.
Yep. New colors on that car this season, too, as there is one in the work area. That, I believe, is the 88, maybe?
Single file.
Cohen Hens from Wisconsin.
That's
Cohen from Wisconsin.
Yeah, Cohen in the 88 was scheduled to start in position number 3 in this one, Lenny. And
double it up, drivers. Double up
early in this one.
Double up as you are. Nice and easy.
We'll get back to doubling up.
Drag your feet a little bit. Let's get doubled up. We'll be 1 to go at the line.
So that's Emma Britt in the blue and silver car.
Yep,
right?
that one right there.
Purple, silver.
Yep.
And the 2 to the outside is Killian McMahon, South Carolina.
Yep, I believe so. Those are sharp numbers on that 38. Yeah, those are sharp numbers on that 38. I like the blue chrome on that.
Emma Britt styling.
Yes.
Knows how to get it done. Johnson fixing to go green with the rest of the field.
Britt on the back bumper. Christensen to the outside as they dive it down into corner number 1. Back underway in the Bandolero Outlaw Division, and everybody in the middle of the pack looking 2. And TJ Moon was kind of looking 3 wide there for a moment in that blue number 9, but the top 3 get single file. And as I say that, Christensen looked to the inside for the lead.
Christensen.
Ooh, boy. One
spinning
around.
2 of them.
Yellow.
The 8 of Jaden Johnson?
That is
another
the
8.
8 of Erickson. That's the 8E of Erickson, I do believe. And Erickson was looking 2 and maybe 3 wide down there and got the 15 of Allison Johnson. And that will draw the yellow flag as John Kelly helps to unhook those 2 cars.
It looks like Allison just had, I thought it was going to be nose damage, but, well, the 8 tried to make it nose damage again. Allison, she must like going to the hockey games over in Raleigh or something.
Yep.
She's tough. So there's the leader, the white 8. That is Jaden Johnson from Wisconsin. 24, Aiden Christensen from Nova Scotia. Is he a Halifax regular? Is that they run there?
He is
Halifax?
a regular at Scotia Speed World. He's a former champion at Petty International Raceway as well. Let's take a look at the replay here to see what brought this out. There's the 15 on your screen, the red-ish 15 of Johnson. It happens right there. There goes the 8 to the inside of TJ Moon, and maybe a little too much steam going down there to the inside.
Yeah, 15 was braking to make the corner, and I think the 8 wasn't.
Keep your eye on the 8 right here. He's to the inside of TJ Moon. He's got a head of steam, focused, I think, on the 9. And just gets into the back bumper of the 15 trying to make the move. And we are coming back to the green flag. They are double back down on the back straightaway. You can hear Kyle McGowan in the ear trying to tell these drivers to lay off the bumpers. Green flag flies. And Christensen trying to get the advantage on the outside.
Outlaws lay off the bumpers. That almost don't work as a sentence. Johnson on the inside to the outside. It's Christensen. Christensen can't make enough happen up top just yet with Emma Britt sitting there in third.
Little pushing and shoving, trying to get down here to the inside line. The 17 tries to make it happen. That is Ben Morabito, and now the 9 that TJ Moon looks to the inside. Yellow is on the speedway. There's one around in turn number 2, and that is the 33 of Cullen O'Connor.
8 and 33, 8 and 33.
Newfoundland driver. Is he a CBS local?
He, I think, is from St. John's. I could be wrong. I'm going to look down at my notes. I should know. St. John's, Newfoundland. That is the Kean College, and he's got one of the finest sponsors on the side of that car, Lenny, on the back of the C-pillar. On the other side, I believe he's got NTV on the side, but he's got Mary Brown's Chicken on that car. I have frequented a bunch of Mary Brown's locations in St. John's and Nova Scotia. A great place to eat. But they are here. This is the first time that they've been off-island racing, so I know there's a bunch of folks from Newfoundland and Labrador watching as Cullen O'Connor will tag on to the back of the field, and just talking to their folks over there. They're working with AK Performance, trying to get laps and experience to help them at home when they go back home racing this year.
About when will they start? May? Will they run?
Mike James, I don't think has their schedule out, but usually the Victoria Day long weekend in May is when they start, and I think they're getting 6 to 8 races over there this year. The NASCAR Pinty Series visits that racetrack as well.
Oh, that'll be some. Pinty Series is doing a pretty good job up your way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put on a fine show coast to coast and visit some great venues. If you're up in Canada and you want to go experience some racing, check them out in 2023.
17-24.
So they go all the way to British Columbia?
Not all the way to British Columbia. They go out to Alberta. They go out to Saskatoon. And then they make the trek back out east, Ontario, Quebec, and do some racing in Newfoundland and Labrador the last couple of years. The government's got behind it, and good to see those folks get some great racing action. Mike James, Patty Squires, and that whole group has done great things for racing, including the U.S. Legend Cars and INX programs.
Get double filed up. Let's get double filed up. We'll come back to 1 to go.
So the field has doubled up, and we are getting ready to go back to green momentarily. And Lenny, a little technical issue. We do not have the ticker.
Yellow.
They are still scoring upstairs. Everything's still working up there. But, you know, when you get into some of that stuff, there's a lot of stuff, and no pun intended, because they are upstairs, it's way over my head.
Well, I can remember back in the days when everything was hand-scored, and I had to sit on a bench inside of the turn at Flemington to score a NASCAR Craftsman Super Truck race back in the day. So, how they get it done, they'll get it done here. And I know it's even more modern than that still. But scoring is done in many ways, and we're just used to other ways. Look at that. They got a little close there, didn't they?
Emma Britt chased that race car up the hill, and she's going to do it again in turn 4. It's going to allow the 2 to go to the inside and try to pick up a position. In behind this is a mess too. Morabito, Moon, I think that's Crocker, Zacharias, Vandenberg in this little pack as well, led by the 2 in position number 3.
Moon, Morabito, and Zacharias have been running winter heat at Charlotte Motor Speedway, so they're all up on the wheel because they've been up on the wheel all throughout the winter heat process. So they're going to get out there and get frisky quickly and try to move up spots all the way back through the pack. There's the 2 that you spoke of, Killian McMahon from South Carolina.
So McMahon and Britt going at it. This is the battle for position number 3 as they continue to battle it out in behind. That is the 24 of Bryson Brinkley. The 9 of TJ Moon in this battle as well at the very back as they continue to work it. There goes the 38 of Britt to the inside.
Emma Britt, Atlanta Motor Speedway and Cordele Speedway racer. Won a bunch already this winter. I'm surprised in a different color car and a different setup. That may be just a little bit why she's not quite as fast as I would have thought she would have been. But, you know, you can see the racer in her getting back around the number 2 car of Killian McMahon.
McMahon just in behind the 38 of Britt, trying to hold on to that position and trying to get up here and make a move. That is a lapped car up the hill, but there's the gap back that she's got to make up to try to get up to the next position.
Yeah, you see the Freight Auctions 8 of Carter Erickson falling back through the field. He was involved in that. Been a while back. Britt now starting to expand her advantage over the 2 car. Now the race looks like a little more back with the 24, the little gangster, as I call him, Bryson Brinkley. Love that kid. He is such a neat young man.
And Brinkley trying to hold on over the 17 up the hill of Morabito and in behind the 9 of TJ Moon. He's got a couple of sponsors on that number 9 car, that blue number 9 from the state of Maine, where he is originally from, as they put a lap on car number 2 of Lily Wynot. This is only her, I believe, 6th race ever in a Bandolero car.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Being out there with them, still doing a pretty darn good job for what they're doing. The Moons moved to the Hickory area,
yes,
I believe.
Yep.
And now racing in and around the southeast.
Leaders are in traffic. That's Johnson. Lee is one of the lap cars, the 33 of O'Connor. Leader is in traffic.
Yeah, the 8. Having to really be careful that he doesn't push it too much in the wrong spot, as the 2nd and 3rd aren't too far behind, but having a trouble getting around these 2 lap car spin. Brinkley involved.
And why not? Okay, little bump there. I don't think Brinkley was too happy with that, and he's still not happy with that.
No.
What were you doing?
Bandoleros are supposed to help make Legends drivers, not demo derby drivers. Tony Stevens does some of that demo derby stuff. You ever heard him talk about that?
I was told he drove a Legend car at one point. I was told he finished top 5 in a 4-car race. 3-car race, he said. Okay.
Per crew request.
Hey, let's see if we got a replay.
That is Lily Wynot being pushed back. Mark Wynot and the crew from the overall gang. There's the 24 on your screen, Lenny, and the 17 just gives him a little shot in the shorts.
You know, they don't take kindly to stuff there at Riverhead Raceway. I believe that's where Morabito races an awful lot at. He just dove it in there, and Brinkley was where he didn't want him to be. Bryson,
and look at Moon.
Forget that, though.
24B of Brinkley.
Moon, that was a sweet move by Moon.
Yep.
Catch the tail.
Cut right in between them and just darted away.
Mm-hmm. So the 8 of Johnson is your leader. Christensen in 2nd, Britt in 3rd, McMahon in 4th, and I believe TJ Moon is pacing in position number 5. The 78 of, I believe that's Weiss in position number 6 as they pace around this racetrack.
24B and 17
as they're still moving some cars around here, Lenny. Zacharias not too far back there as well. We've got a stout little field of outlaws here this week.
Yes, you do. Glad you can see further back than 6 from my monitor.
The sun,
so far.
The sun is in my eye, Lenny. I'm just trying to figure out my eyesight. We had this conversation between the crew here. My eyesight isn't as good as it used to be. So I'm still trying to figure out cars and new colors and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, and then some drivers change cars and colors and numbers, and makes it that much more difficult.
Absolutely.
Rascals.
Yep.
Well, let's go back to green flag racing here in a moment. The 8 is Wisconsin's Caden Johnson. To the outside, Aiden Christensen, Nova Scotia.
Absolutely. I believe we are 15 or 16 complete here. So we are coming down to the end of this one, Lenny. Green flag flies. Johnson and Christensen, your top two, as they pile it down into corner number 1, and the 8 might have piled it down a little more than he wanted to, as Christensen gets the run. New leader, Aiden Christensen, 3 wide behind them. Oh, boy, Britt around in front of the field.
Yellow, turn 4,
Yeah, that was her just in a racing deal.
Yep.
78-41 involved, 78-41.
The 8 had been in the top spot, fell back, cut the corner, kind of as a leader would cut the corner, and Britt was already down on the bottom underneath him.
So there's the 41 of Mandy Lee getting pushed. It may be a bumper dislodged on that 41. There was a lot going on there, Lenny, starting from that restart at a turn 2.
Who's in the 41?
That's Mandy Lee.
Mandy Lee.
Mandy Lee. A lot going on in that restart with the 8 of Johnson getting sideways at a 2. Christensen had the advantage, but obviously that lap will not count, so they'll have to try it one more time. And then the action and excitement in behind, battling within the top 5, that brought out, ultimately, this caution flag. Let's take a look at it.
Here's a replay. 3 wide. And,
those rumble strips down below are unforgiving.
Yeah, and I'm sure Britt didn't want to get her tires down there into that and then start bouncing airborne. And with Johnson, moving down that way,
8 in front
there
of the 24.
wasn't any place else to go.
Could the 8 know? Because he obviously would have seen the 2 to the outside, or they would have saw the 2 to the outside.
I think he was looking at the 2.
And not the 38.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another angle of it right there.
And Britt, she might have been able to brake harder, but I don't know whether that would have just still turned into a spin on her own.
TJ
and then
Moon.
Zacharias there.
Watch the blue 9 here. Up the hill. Oh, he got a little piece on the right-hand side. I said he might have been the luckiest kid so far this week because he got by both, but I think he got a little piece of the damage on that one.
He's still pretty much Magic Moon.
He's still sitting in 5th on the racetrack, so he's been all around, and he's going to move up one more spot with scoring going back to last completed lap. There, take a look at the side of that 9 car. It looks good from that vantage point.
Car 8, slow it down a little bit.
4 laps to go.
Slow it down.
So Johnson overcooked it on the restart, slid, lost a lot of space, ended up in that 3-car, 3-wide melee. What's going through his mind?
21 up 2.
We'll have to see when we go back green. I don't know if we've exhausted, Lenny, our 3 double files or not, but that may play into the hands of Johnson in the 8 if they can hold on. But you have to hit your marks. You have to, especially at the end of this race when it's coming down to the final couple of laps, you have to make sure that you hit your marks, especially at a 2, and you don't want to lose that momentum because everybody else is going to be able to capitalize on it.
Sun's coming down really hard on 1 and 2. Do you think that's affecting the racing surface?
It may just a little bit because it's beating down on it now. It's shining brightly over turn number 3. So the 1 and 2 area roasting in the sun. We have exhausted our 3 double file restarts. We are going to go to single file. Oh boy, Colin O'Connor around in the back straightaway.
Just when the conga line was starting to get the rhythm.
And we are going to have to go to yellow.
Yellow.
So I would imagine we're going to hear Kyle McGowan talking about not hitting the bumpers.
Come on.
Yep.
Look at Emma Britt.
It's not rubbing on the tires. The bumper is still attached. Good to go, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of an aero problem, but she can drive through it.
Yeah. So the 33 has rolled from his position on the back straightaway.
The white car on left is the leader with the orange number 8 from Wisconsin, Jaden Johnson. Been that way pretty much from the start. Then the kid from Nova Scotia, Aiden Christensen. Then right there.
Coming to green, lights up, coming to green, lights up, coming to green.
And this time by, we'll come back to green. Lenny, we've got 4 laps left in this race. The Outlaws trying to finish it before the time limit bites them because it is getting close. We're not going this time. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We're not going. Let's tighten it up in the back. Lights out, coming to green next time by.
There's Bubbles. Have you checked out, I know you were talking about his website earlier. Have you checked it out?
It's blocked here in the office.
Oh,
where
is it?
I can't get to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've tried, but flaggersonly.com.
Yeah, there it is. And there's the green flag. We're back underway.
Christensen trying to catch Johnson. Johnson getting away from turn 2. Much better turn 2, by the way, for Johnson.
And how about TJ Moon working to the inside, the blue number 9 to the inside of McMahon, and the white number 2 as they go wheel to wheel this time by 3 laps remaining. It is Jaden Johnson up in front, Christensen in second, McMahon a little sideways there in 1 and 2. Third, Moon and Zacharias, your top 5 as they come by this time to the Twin Sticks. 2 laps to go for Jaden Johnson.
Johnson and Christensen. I got to see what Moon will do. That'll be pretty interesting. Oh, look at Christensen. He picked up some speed out of 2. Can Christensen get him here on the white flag?
Got to be on your marks if you want to win this outlaw race. White flag flies, final lap into this outlaw feature. Lap traffic ahead of the leaders. Jaden Johnson leads Aiden Christensen down into 3 for the final time. They dive it in and up at a turn number 4. It's Jaden Johnson heading to the checkered flag first. Johnson, Christensen, McMahon, top 3. I'll head down and chat with your winner, Lenny.
Looked like Moon and Zacharias had held their position. They should end up 4th and 5th as Tim takes the trip down the stairs to talk to Jaden here.
24 and 2M to
Get a chance to talk about that turn 2. And we'll get to hear from the 8 car. Jaden Johnson. See the GoPro up there up top. I bet that's going to be some fun footage and definitely a excited driver coming out. How about it for him? Yeah. Oh, yeah. He held him off. He got the win. And now he gets to talk to Tim Terry as Tim getting down there close by him. And Johnson popping the helmet and the Hans off and the earbuds coming out. You'll stroll on over with that swagger of a winner. Get his interview with Tim.
Jaden, coming down to the end of that, you had to be on your game. What was your mindset those final 4 laps, keeping the rest of the field behind you?
Just keep it straight and just try my best and put it all out there.
Outlaw Division top Bandoleros here. What does it mean to take away this first win of the week? How much momentum do you have now?
A lot. It means a ton. This is my second career win, so this means a lot.
We're going to rack up a couple more before the end of the week, right?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There you go, Lenny. He's got a huge smile on his face. It's Jaden Johnson.
He does indeed. And we'll rack him and stack him and get him ready for the Young Lions division coming up next. So stay with us. We're going to take a break here from Citrus County Speedway in Inverness, Florida, the U.S. Legends Winter Nationals. Be right back.